We're going to look at the box squat. The box squat is a variation of the back squat that's very popular in powerlifting circles. The main reason is because, well, there's two reasons. One, box squats allow you to sit back further than a free squat, so it takes a lot of stress off the patella tendon, off the knees. And then also, the box squat, when done properly, when you actually sit and let your weight transfer into the box, you're breaking what is called the eccentric concentric chain. The eccentric phase of a lift is when you go down. The concentric is when you lift the weight. So as I'm yielding to the weight, lowering the weight, and I sit on the box, I break the stretch shortening cycle of my muscles. So I've got to overcome a static position. If I'm sitting on the box, I'm not getting any bounce, any spring out of the bottom of the squat. So it teaches you to be more explosive out of what lifters call the hole of the squat, which is the deepest point in the squat. So that's why powerlifters like this movement. It's also good for athletes that need to develop explosive power in the legs. In order to do the box squat properly, you want to make sure the box is set to a height that gets you down to parallel or slightly below parallel, as long as you can maintain a neutral spine. Now, you don't want to drop to the box, crash into the box, hit the box, or bounce off the box. You want to sit down under control, keeping your muscles tight, and not relaxing your back and relaxing your abs. You want to hold your abs tight, your lower back tight, so that there's no movement of the spine, okay? Some people are concerned about the compressive loading on the spine when you sit down on the box, but generally, we box squat with light weights. It's usually used in a dynamic effort method where you're squatting maybe 50, 55, 60, up to 70% of your max. So you're not using a super heavy weight, so as long as you stay tight and you don't really have any back problems, it shouldn't be much of an issue. If for some reason you do it and it does bother you, just don't do the exercise, go to free squats. But if you want more of a primer in box squatting, I definitely recommend checking out Louie Simmons' work. Louie is the head of the Westside Barbell Club. He's got a bunch of videos and DVDs that talk about how to properly box squat. He can really be credited for the popularization of box squats and modern training methods. So check out Louie Simmons at Westside Barbell. All right, so we're going to look at the box squat here. You're going to start out just like you do the back squat, picking up the bar, walking out, and setting up. So if you need to look at that, look at the back squat video with the barbell, and you'll get those kind of cue points. But once we're set up, we're going to push our hips way back as we sit down, and we're going to actually sit to the box for about 1 to 2 seconds to break that eccentric concentric chain, so that we're now in a static position that has to be overcome by a dynamic movement. That's where we get more explosive with this exercise. So we're going to pick up the barbell, set up just like we would for a regular back squat. Then we're going to sit down and back until we come to rest on the box. We're not going to totally relax. We're going to stay tight. We're going to pause for about 2 seconds, and then we're going to drive the head and the traps back into the bar and explode the hips forward off the box, like so. So we sit back and down, and then drive up. So you see the box squat just allows us to sit way back, and what that does is it loads up the glutes and the hamstrings even more than a regular free squat. This also develops, at least in my experience, myself and my lifters have seen great carryover in our free squats due to implementing box squats in various cycles and means of training.